Oh. You mean alto sax, tenor sax? She's doing alto, I think, correct?
Alto? Okay. And you'll be doing solo entirely. Okay, so what I'm going to do is when I start, I'm going to be in 4 for exactly 2 measures, and I'm going to go into macro pulse. Those 2 measures are for you to kind of feel the beat, so we don't get lost right off the bat. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Right off the bat, I want to tune the very last note. So, play your last note. So, G in the oboe and no, a G in the oboe and your nose. So, very last note. Can we play it really fast?
Would you like us to hold it out?
Yes, I'd like you guys to hold it. Sorry. Light as you possibly can, okay? 1, 2, ready, go. Good. Can we do that again? 1, 2, ready, go. Good. Okay, so your guys' runs, I want you guys to play it lightly. I feel like you are a little on the heavy side, and I want it to be a little bit lighter and a little bit softer. This entire movement is very soft. This entire part is very soft in general, so I want it a little bit lighter. So can I hear that really fast? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 from the end. I'll give you guys 4 for nothing, and we'll be in 4. You find it?
Yeah.
Ready? 4 for nothing. Good. That was really good. When you guys have that again in the beginning, about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from F, I want you guys to give that a little bit of a crescendo. So starting from piano, giving it a little bit of crescendo up into mezzo piano, mezzo forte, because when the oboe comes in with their little run, right 6 after E, they have to bring back the theme from the beginning, and I want it to have a little bit of a oomph because it's bringing back something. Yes?
So then did you want it to start at like the bum, 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 bum?
Yeah, let's do that
starting there, and then I have a held note for almost 2 bars. I'm going to, you want me to bring that back down?
Yeah, I want you to bring that back down. So when we get to that part, just crescendo at the quarter notes and bring your part out. Angela, what I want you to do is right at that spot too, is bring yours out a little bit more because you're also introducing that one part. So Okay, this is really good. Lisa, can you bring out your part a little bit more? Where? I want you to bring your part out a little bit more when they have the da 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 da. I forgot that you were in it, so I want you to pretend that there too.
Okay.
Sorry. And then I want you to bring your part out a little bit more when you come in with da 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 da. I want you to bring that out a little bit more because you play with Aaron, and I want you to bring that out. It's a really pretty part. Okay. You guys are doing really well with this. I don't know what else to work on. Can I hear the string, bass, and the tuba part at the beginning?
So would you like my best?
Yes. I want you guys. I want you to play nice and light. I want you to sing almost a hippopotamus ballerina. You need to, even though your notes are heavy and dark, you need to make sure that you're nice and light. I couldn't think of anything else. That was the best analogy I had. Hippopotamus. Okay, so starting at the beginning, 4 for nothing. 1, 2, 3, go. That was good. Just a little bit lighter. Can you give me a little bit lighter? Good. Just sing hippopotamus in a pretty ballet outfit. Think light. What? Okay. Let's have one more run through, starting right from the beginning. Okay. 1, 2, ready, go. Good. That's all I have.
Got a minute and 15 seconds.
Let's start it again.
Anything you want to fix on that? Comments to them?
It sounds really good. I want to make sure that you bring out the main melody when you have it. You guys, you need a little bit lighter. It sounds really good, but it's still a little bit heavy to me. You need to bring your part out a little bit more, and you're doing great. So are you.
Thanks.
Okay, let's start from the beginning again. 1, 2, ready, go.
All right, comments from you all.
Yeah.
What?
Say, I like the macro pulse, but it's a little tough for us, at least tuba-wise, to try to keep the pulse where you can tell I was doing 8 notes. But that's just me.
Yeah, does macro work this entire time? No. And by the time you get to the last like 8 bars, I guess, you've got to go into 40. Okay. And one thing about your macro, I like macro, it's great, but when you're starting it to either too early or too late.
Okay.
Because by the time you get halfway through, you're starting things on count, because you're doing a macro 4, right?
Yeah.
So by the time you get halfway through, he started on the count 3.
Okay.
So you're going ba da da dee da da dee da 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 dee da 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 da. So you see how that's kind of awkward, you know? I do a macro 2 here. That's just me. I just do 2 beats, just to kind of evens things out. I do like a little figure 8, but that's just how I do things. But it works for the beginning part of it. It really does. But by the time you get to the da dee da da dee da da dee da da dee da 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 ba 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 beep bum, they need to have 4. Because you can't do the last 2 bars. Ba 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 beep ba.
Okay.
And it becomes a gesture of syncopation. Looks kind of, it doesn't help them at all. Okay?
Okay.
So you need to go to 4 by that point in time, right? Others? No other comments? No, Angela.
When you were tuning that last note and you wanted them to all come out, you were just kind of like, and everyone was like, what? And then you were just kind of like, go. But I think if you would have breathed with them and been like, okay, like we're gonna go, I think they would have responded better to what you wanted.
Yeah, like I said with Wyatt, you know, anytime you want to initiate something, boom, you know, it'll help middle schoolers, it'll help high schoolers, it'll help everybody. If you just sit there and go, boom, that's where I want you to come, even on a tuning note. Now, why did you want to, you wanted to tune it, what did you address with the tuning? You said, let's tune this last note. Did you address any of it?
I didn't address any of it because it actually sounded really good to me, so I kind of F'd mine and just kept going.
Okay, but what's the dynamic at the very end?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the super superlative of the piano. So you know, okay, that's great. Now can we play it softer? Oh, we're out of tune because they're softer. Remember, you're going to go flat or sharp with whatever, you know. So that's a great way to sit there and you know, get them to play this note first, great sound, and then say, okay, the dynamic is pianissimo or 3 Ps, whatever. And so let's bring it down and play it real softly, keep that great tone quality.
Okay.
So that's what I would have done there. But I mean, you didn't have, I don't think you had the third. I think anybody's playing the E natural there. We don't have any middle voices, the second oboe or whatever. So it's just the open fifth. So you can work on adjusting that a little bit too. But if you're going to do something with it. Like if you're going to rehearse a certain point, make sure you just don't go, okay, that's good, move on. Like,
Okay.
you know, you can always fix a little something. Here would have been a great time to say, okay, that's great sound, but softer, okay? Others? Matt?
Yeah, almost kind of expanding on what you were saying. When you first, because the last note was the first thing you did after the ramp, right? If I remember. It felt a little, not to be insulting, it felt a little going through the motions, like you just like, I wrote down the last note. Because, like you said, you just did it and then went on. Because, yeah, it did sound good. But the other thing was, Dr. Neal always asks if it's performance ready. Do you think this is performance ready? So don't tell us it's good.
Okay.
Because it's not. Like, anybody above a middle school level, and I don't know what level you want to teach, is going to see through that and they're going to see it as fake and get that response.
Yeah, a lot of directors have this habit. There's something a general statement they make after they stop. And I know for mine it's, okay, good. And I'm not saying that it was a good performance, it's just, all right, we got, you know, maybe we got through it, you know? But that could come across as you were pleased with what you heard. You may not have been pleased with what you heard. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. Can we go this whole section again? One thing you're doing is you have your wrist kind of turned up a little bit still. So sometimes when you're conducting, your ictus becomes up here or the bottom of your wrist. So your beat's actually coming down here.
Okay.
So let's do that. Let's do a macro too. I'll stand up here and do it with you. It's just, that's like a figure 8 almost, okay? And by the time we get to here, we're going to be back and forth.
Okay.
All right, let's do it together. And then we'll get the next person up and do that. So here's letter F. Also, it was fast. It was fast, wasn't it? Kind of frantic. 1, 2, 3, and. but not even the entire time that the macro fits. That's important, you initiate that, but then it's they might need something for there.
Okay.
I like the attempt though, okay? All right, next one. Running a little bit behind. So